Gotta wait that 10 seconds, you know. Well, it's 5 seconds. I'll start talking. So, today's update. I'm pretty stoked. Just got the inside knowledge of Cinema releasing the new color. And my order is already out. Everything. Yeah. Even ordered the cassette, and I ordered the free coaster rear hub as well. You know, just because, you know, you never know. But I got my profile wheels are coming in. They should be done in the next day or so. They honestly should be ready for Friday. I don't know, but Profile is a good ass company, but they take time. Man, I get a really good deal too. I actually took the bike out. And the reason why I haven't posted in a couple days because I got that second COVID shot. So like it, I mean, you could hear it in my voice. I'm still a little fucked up from it. I mean, it's not as bad as they say it is. The first one's actually worse. The first COVID shot to kick your ass for a whole week. Second COVID shot just basically it's just like you just gonna get it done and over with real quick. So basically, like the second COVID shot, it fires in the first like 14 hours. Your arm is in pain, and basically like 3-4 days later, like the pain goes away. That first COVID shot, that was a clear week. And it snuck up on me too, because like it didn't kick my ass for like 24 hours after I got the shot. So I was just like, oh, this ain't bad. I don't know what the fuck everybody's talking about. And all of a sudden, like 24 hours hit. I was like, whoa, this sucks. But yeah, so I mounted the titanium crank onto the kink, and so I was just like, you know what? Let's go see what the fuck the SSs are all about. Them bitches don't flex. They don't flex at all. Man, I tell you what, that bike was responsive. A 19 millimeter versus a SS 22 millimeter. It's a big difference. It's a big difference. But yeah. So I took it out. Did a couple, you know, like manuals on it and stuff like that. Yeah, bike actually felt smaller with them cranks. Apparently, them 19 millimeter micro splines that I had on it before, they flexed a little bit. These ones didn't flex at all. So it's like I lean back, the damn bike just like fucking lifts up in the air. I'm like, holy shit. Like, yeah, it manualed like it was its job. Them 2.4s on it that it's got on it right now, once I take them tires off, I put the 2.25s. The manuals should actually be a little bit more friendly. I'm not really a big fan of the big fat tire, anyways. 2.4 is too big. And believe it or not, I don't know if it's Odyssey. I think it is Odyssey that makes a 2.5. 2.5, 2.5 inch. That's a big tire. But yeah, you don't need a tire that big. 2.25. That's all you need. 2.25. That was perfect for flatland, perfect for park. You don't got that much weight. You gotta remember, the bigger the tire, the more centrifugal, like inertia's being created by the wheel. And you know, it doesn't seem like it's that heavy. You know, when you pick up the two wheels, they feel different, but they're not that different. You know, that like a 2.25 versus a 2.4. It's like not even like a couple grams, but it's the outside circumference, and it's all that other bullshit, and on top of that, your rolling resistance. You got a lot of higher rolling resistance on a 2.4. On a 225, that's the perfect combo. That's the reason why basically us mid-school guys, that's what that, we considered that a big tire back in the day. Like 2.3s were really rare. And you know, most of us like get back into it and we start trying these modern bikes out and stuff because we can't put the 2.4s on the mid-school bikes. You might be able to get away with it on the front fork, but if you got rear brakes or anything, and or you got a weird rear chain stayer, like the 2.4s, they don't fit. They're way too tight. Like brake mounts are completely, you know, they're wrong for it on mid-school. I mean, I got a Miraco upstairs that I can't run a 2.4 on. The 990 basically, like, if I take all of the washer supports out of a brake pad and just basically like flush it, mount it to the actual the caliper mount, the tire is practically still touching the backside of the arms. And we're talking like they're fully pulled back, and we're talking probably a 1/16 of an inch of clearance on the rim, and they're still just touching. So yeah, I'm not a fan of the 2.4s. They fit on the on a couple of the new bikes I got, but it's just like I said, like if you're used to it, that's you. But like 225 is all I need. That's all we rode. And plus, your higher possibility of actually finding a 145 psi tire in a 225. The highest I've seen a 2.4 is like 110. It's like, that's fine, but like if you're gonna go vert riding, like you need fucking a lot of psi. It's all about that rolling resistance. Let that ramp do all the work. Yeah, I was just watching some dumbass with the goddamn fucking boopity boo system and stuff. I mean, no judgment or anything. I mean, if you want a loud ass stereo, I got a loud ass stereo too. But, you know, bandpass in a smart car, that's fucking loud. Yeah, that guy's system probably costs more than the car. Driving around in a Ford Escort, green, no plates, loud ass system. Yo, if you're gonna not register your car, don't be busting the law. It's stupid. But yeah, so I think I was talking about the bike. So I took I took the Contender out with the new cranks on it, and like I was saying, it did the manuals really nice and everything. But I could hot, like, you know, like from a standstill, 180 that bike, not rolling into it, just standing still, 180. I'm in my 40s. Remember, us older guys, our bodies don't do that shit. It's all about them cranks. You want to go out there and buy some boo-boo ass fucking like $90 crank to throw on your damn $1,200 build, so be it. Go do that. But yeah, there's key elements in your bike. I mean, the crank and your rear hub are the most important pieces of your bike. Hands down. Everything else you can just go and buy boo-boo ass parts for. You know, sacrifice a weight though, but you know. But yeah, spend all your money on your crank and your rear hub. I ain't gonna tell you go out and spend like, you know, freaking profile elite hubs and and fucking an elite crank, and it's your first year riding. No. But, you know, you can get yourself a pretty upper end um, built crank, preferably a 22 millimeter. And, you know, like hubs are kind of actually cheap. I mean, comparatively back in the day, like basically, talking Chris King shit. Chris King back in the day was stupid expensive. Like a hub back then, for you know, just normal axles. We ain't talking, you know, 14 millimeter. We're talking those what is it, 10 millimeter or whatever it is, 3/8. But yeah, a Chris King cassette hub would run you around $400 to $500. Yeah. So yeah, don't be all scared about going out and getting yourself a G Sport or something like that, man. They got one at the BMX shop right now. I'm pretty much like on a whim when I go and pick up the profile wheels on hopefully Friday, tomorrow, and well, if they're not there tomorrow, they're gonna be there, you know, ready to go on Monday. But yeah, I'm gonna probably have them build me a G Sport. Yeah, just a rear wheel. I got a bike frame that is gonna need that. Because if I do go the route and build the BSD, it's gonna need a hub. And I'll probably end up having to buy another set of these profile 22 millimeter cranks again, because yeah, it's not overkill, it's perfect. A 22 millimeter like spindle on a crank is perfect. There's no flex, none. And also, don't get a short. Like I'm running on the King Contender a 6-inch long spindle, and spaced out. Like the cranks are basically missing the chain stays by about 1/4 of an inch, so it's in spec. It's not too close. It's not too far away. I can make it probably slam a little more than that, but basically, like, you remember, the more the shaft that's sticking out of that crank, well, your bottom end bearings, the more your crank arms can connect to, and the more meat they connect to, the less they're going to bend. And that is so true, because unbeknownst to a lot of people, when they go out and buy their first really cool BMX, they don't build it, they just go and, you know, pick it up at a store. Unbeknownst to them, that that spindle that's in that you know, $400 $500 bike build that they just bought, it's missing like 3/4 of an inch. I mean, like 6 inches. I'm only running the thick spacer and the thin ass spacer on both sides, and it's giving me enough area that I'm missing the caps by probably 1/8 of an inch on either side. Yeah, 6-inch fucking spindle on there. 6-inch. It's huge. I know guys that are running like 5 1/4. 5 1/4. You're gonna be missing like, you know, fucking 1/2 inch on both sides. It's a whole goddamn inch. Where it's not connecting, it's flexing. You remember that. But yeah, this setup is like, I'm gonna mimic it on the rest of the bikes. Like basically, like profile is gonna get really fucking tired of my ass, because I'm probably about to go back there and buy up every single one of their tie spindles and all the remaining stock in SS. They're a heavy fucking crank arm. Like I said, they don't flex. And like I said, don't cheap out on your crank, and don't cheap out on your hub, your rear hub. Now you cheap out on the front hub. Front hub doesn't really fucking matter. Mediocre front hub fucking handle most of the shit that you're gonna do, because none of you guys are running front brakes anyways. Because that's the only time that a front hub actually gets beat up is locking the wheel up and then fucking coming to a nose tap or something like that. That's 15 minutes, going on 16 now. We'll call it a night. I apologize to the 6 people that probably watch my videos. But like I said, the COVID shot kind of fucked me up. There was nothing for me to post. I was home driving myself nuts. Yeah. But feel good now. Gonna go back to riding. Woo!